Hello friends, it's Jim O'Rear. Welcome back to my kitchen, where I am cooking for people like me, people who can't cook. And today's recipe is Hoisin Pork Meatloaves, and that's Hoisin pork, not poison pork, which is what I feed my neighbors. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. But it's Hoisin Pork Meatloaves with wasabi mashed potatoes and roasted carrots. And this is a really interesting meal. It's a sweet, spicy kind of mixture. So let's take a look at the ingredients. For this recipe, you'll need 10 ounces of ground pork, 5 Yukon Gold potatoes, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 slice of white bread, 1 ounce of hoisin sauce, some green beans, a half tablespoon of wasabi, 1 yellow onion, 1 teaspoon of cooking oil, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, some sea salt, and some black pepper. We are using Yukon Gold potatoes, and these are a cross between the South American yellow potato and the North American white potato. And we use these because the texture is really friendly to work with. These potatoes are good for frying, for mashing, for sauteing, for baking. Just a really friendly potato to use in all kinds of cooking. So we want to take these and just cut them into about 1/2-inch cubes. And it doesn't have to be exact or anything like that. Just cut them into some 1/2-inch cubes, and we will move on from there. This recipe is going to use finely chopped onions, and to do that, I don't do anything fancy with a food processor or anything. I just cut some thin slices off the onion, just like this, and then I just cut those thin slices into tiny pieces. And it doesn't have to be exact, just as long as it is fine little squares or little pieces, just like that right there, and you are ready to go. Now we use fresh garlic to cook with because fresh garlic has a much stronger and better taste than the prepackaged garlic that you get in a can or a jar or something like that. And it also has a little heat to it. The fresh garlic has a little spice, and we like spicy. So to use this, you're just going to peel off the skin like this, and there could be a fancier way to do this. I just use my fingernails. But you want to peel off the skin until you get to that nice white shiny center. And when you get there, it looks really pretty, just like this right here. And then your piece of garlic is ready to use in whatever manner you want to use it in. For this recipe, we are going to chop it into just fine little pieces. And I don't use a food processor or anything like that. I just use a knife, and I cut it into thin little shards. And then I take those thin little shards and I cut them into even thinner little shards until I get the fine small size pieces that I want. Next, put your piece of white bread in a bowl, and then you want to put 3 tablespoons of water in there, and just to let the bread kind of soak up the water. Once it has soaked up the water, go ahead and break it all up, and just break it until it gets kind of pasty and sticky. And then once it gets to that sort of consistency, you can go ahead and add your pork right there. The ground pork goes in there. You'll also put in 2 tablespoons of the onion that you chopped up, just like that. You're going to put in just half of the garlic that you chopped up. We're going to save the other half for later, so just put about half in there. Also add some sea salt and a little black pepper, just like that. And then you're going to take that mixture and you're just going to squish it all together. Just get it mixed up really well. Just squish it. Just evenly mix it. And then you're going to take that and make 2 meat patties or meat loaves out of it. You're going to stick those in the oven at 450 degrees for 15 minutes. Now while that's cooking, we're going to make some sauce and glaze. You're going to take your hoisin sauce, put it in there, And then along with that, you're going to go ahead and put in 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Mix it, mix it, mix it until you get a nice smooth mixture. Now put that aside and take your potatoes, put them in some boiling salt water, and you're going to let those potatoes boil for about 15 minutes until they get nice and soft. Now, once the 15 minutes has elapsed for your meatloaves, go ahead and take those out and take that hoisin sauce glaze that we made and just cover the meatloaves with the glaze. Once you get them nicely covered, you can take the green beans, stick those on there, and then take some vegetable oil, drizzle the vegetable oil over the beans, just like that. Go ahead and season those up with some sea salt, and also season it up with some black pepper. And then you're going to stick this tray back in the oven for about another 12 minutes to finish the meatloaves and get those green beans toasty. Now, your potatoes should be about done, so go ahead and drain them. And then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. You're also going to put the rest of your garlic in there. And then you're going to season it up with some sea salt, just like that. Also, a little black pepper. And then you can take some wasabi. And I just use a packet that you get like at a restaurant. And that one packet's usually enough. Stick that in there. And then you want to take a masher and just mash it all together. Just mash it, mash it, mash it until you get a nice smooth consistency that looks just like this right here. That's some nice wasabi potatoes. Now your meat should be done, so go ahead and take that tray out of the oven. It looks like this with the roasted green beans, and you can start dividing stuff up on plates now. So put some potatoes on there, some green beans, and you'll notice here that these roasted beans and potatoes, I've added a little more pepper to them because we like spice. And there's that nice glazed hoisin meatloaf. You are ready to chow down. Hoisin pork meatloaves. No, hoisin pork meatloaves. There you go. Super easy, and like I said, it is a sweet kind of spicy mixture. It's a neat kind of offset of flavors when you eat it, and super easy to fix. So I hope you've liked this video. If you did, click that like button to let YouTube know you like the video, and also click the subscribe button. And if you click the little bell, it will remind you when I have uploaded new videos, which is about every 3 to 4 days. So I want to thank you again for watching. We will see you next time.